Hey, it's me, Dr. Boffone, and I'm back with more Dear Dr. Boffone. Just a reminder, if you ever have a question, you want me to do an episode on certain thing, certain topic, just DM me or fill out the form on my website, and I will consider it. I'm always looking for, things that y'all want me to talk about. So here we go. So this episode is one I never thought I would have to do, but we're talking about Kobe Bryant and what happened yesterday with the helicopter crash that killed 9 people, including Kobe and his daughter Gianna. And I wasn't gonna speak about it. I wasn't going. I'd never done anything like this before. When celebrities or famous people die, I've never really spoken out about it. Although I've had my feelings before, but I've never really done this. But yesterday I went live and everyone was asking me about Kobe Bryant. Like, what do you think about Kobe Bryant? What do you want to say? And then when I got to school today, I had students, were talking about it, of course, and I had students that I've never, that haven't talked in a while who, were very upset by what happened with Kobe Bryant. And so I think, first off, we can all like recognize, even though Kobe had his flaws, and I'm not going to speak about that now. He was still, I think, someone that showed a lot of, evolution, and he evolved throughout his life. And I think where he ended was a very different person than where he began. And I think I just want to kind of point out a few different things. For me, Kobe Bryant, like even though I wasn't a Lakers fan. I don't even think I was a Kobe fan. I always loved watching him play. And I think I got to see him play with Shaq like 4 or 5 times when I was living in New Orleans. I would go to Hornets games, now the Pelicans. And I mean, Shaq and Kobe that was one of the coolest things that you could ever watch, right? Those two playing together. I also got to see Kobe play in an All-Star game, NBA All-Star game. And I mean, he was just an electric player. And so it's really, I think for a lot of people, he represented this like joy of basketball, right? And like this pursuit of greatness. And I think I have a few things I pulled from Twitter that I kind of want to bring in because I think a lot of us don't know how to reconcile our feelings when a celebrity dies or someone that we idolize or look up to dies when we actually didn't know those people, right? Even though we knew them in a different way, we didn't have personal relationships with them. And so some people often discredit us and say, you know, like you didn't know Kobe, like you can't be upset that he passed away, right? Even though Kobe Bryant has been this incredible force in a lot of people's lives. And so I saw this from Bernice King on Twitter. Mourning a celebrity does not equal a lack of consciousness. And sometimes the death of someone we knew, sometimes the death of someone we feel like we knew, but we never actually touched, triggers pain about the death of people we knew very well. We're on a brief pilgrimage here, reconciling life and death. And so I think this is something that's really interesting too, is that sometimes these events trigger things that they remind you of other things that have happened, other deaths that you've experienced, right? So sometimes with our students or your friends, like we don't actually know why they're upset, right? They might be on the outside, it looks like they're upset that Kobe Bryant died, but it could be that it reminds them of a friend they lost or a family member they lost, right? I also saw this. It's a reminder of our own mortality. If someone that seemingly is untouchable dies, it stirs up a lot in people in their own. I'm gonna read this in my own words. And it's a reminder about our own mortality. If someone sees that someone who appears to be untouchable dies, it can stir up this feeling about how all of us are on a countdown, right? And I saw a bunch of this on Instagram and Twitter last night. Is this idea that we never know when our time is, right? We always think, we'll pass away, when we're 80, when we're 90, 75, right? In our sleep or something. And you never think that you could get on a helicopter or a plane or drive to school or whatever it might be. And that could be the end, right? And so it presents this kind of fear, right? I feel like where we just don't know when our time is, right? And I think it speaks to the power of living our truths and living our authentic lives and living to the best of our abilities, right? And then I saw this last thing. This is Prince. For people who don't understand why others mourn the death of artists, you need to understand that these people have been a shoulder to cry on, our rock. They've been family, friends, leaders, teachers, and role models. Many have taught us what we need to know and what to do when times get tough. They've helped us to move on. They've pushed us out of bed. They've helped us to live when nobody else had the time to. Artists have inspired us in endless ways and have been with us through stages in our lives. We've made memories with them, so when they die, a part of us dies. And I think this really captures the way a lot of people felt about Kobe, is that he was an iconic part of a lot of our lives. Think about, young, boys in school who will throw away a piece of rolled up piece of paper and they say Kobe, right, when they throw it, right? Um, these are kids that probably never saw Kobe play live. They probably never even saw Kobe play really in their memory, but he's a part of our memory, right? Our collective memory, at least in the United States and really globally. I mean, he was one of the greatest basketball players in the history of the world. Um, and so obviously he had this massive impact. But I think it's okay to be upset when, a celebrity dies or mourn a celebrity. I think that's a normal part of life. It's okay to have those feelings. It's okay to feel conflicted even about it, right? And so I hope this helped someone, but I think Kobe, to me, this is again just super tragic. Just seeing the pictures of him and his daughter, like I can't imagine what that must feel like for the wife and the siblings. Also, remember there are other families that were involved that were on the plane, sorry, the helicopter. Um, and it's just super tragic. And if you're having trouble with this, like talk to someone, right? There's people out there who would love to talk about this with you, work through it, use your communities, right? Whether it be social media, in person, talk to someone, right? Don't go through this alone. Thank you for watching, Dear Dr. Boffone. If you have any other questions, send them to me. I'm definitely available and I want to talk, but I don't know what to talk about. So you're the ones who tell me what to talk about. So slide into my DMs, send me some questions. You've got questions, I've got answers. Y'all have a great day.